Hello guys, hope you're all having a wonderful day. My name is David and I'm going to be talking about a direct Tesla competitor that will be going public on June 2nd if everything goes smoothly. That company is none other than Nikola Motors, which is actually going public through a merger with a holdings company called VECTOIQ, which is currently a publicly traded company on the Nasdaq. On June 2nd, Nikola Motors will officially be traded through VECTOIQ under the new ticker NKLA. Let's take a look at this company's investor relations page to get a better look at what the company does and how they plan on growing in the future. So, to summarize, the company is what I would consider to be a hydrogen pure play, and one of the only ones currently on the market. And essentially, the company's plan in the future is to create hydrogen at a relatively cheap price and then sell it in combination with their truck that runs off of the hydrogen that they produce. They would work out an agreement with the company to build hydrogen refueling centers along their route and then lease out their vehicles for a certain time frame as well. On top of this, the company also plans on building battery-centered trucks, but I don't think that's going to be their main focus going into the future. Now, many people are asking if this company is the next Tesla, and from what I can see, Elon Musk has already looked into hydrogen-based vehicles, and he found that there's three main issues with implementing them in society. So the first problem is the cost of hydrogen is much more expensive than diesel. Right now, it's about double the cost, and it might come down in 2030 to be around on par with diesel, but in my opinion, that's still not good enough for manufacturers to be willing to dish out extra money for. Next, the cost of creating these refueling stations as well as the risks associated with them are quite abundant. For example, let's say the tanks catch fire and explode because hydrogen is extremely flammable. They might be liable for the damages caused by this, as well as the high difficulty associated with storing the hydrogen in fueling tanks. Lastly, electric cars have the potential to be far more efficient in the long run on pretty much all fronts. So, in addition, they will most certainly have production issues, just like Tesla has faced hundreds of times before in its early days. And I really don't think that the company will be producing and selling vehicles by their ambitious 2022 goal like they actually predict. That being said, if Nikola Motors can get over these major hurdles, the revenue potential is absolutely huge with this company. Right now, Nikola Motors has reported having over 14,000 vehicle requests, which would translate to about $10 billion in unrealized revenue. The only problem I have with this is that anyone can reserve a truck without paying a fee on their website. Even you can reserve one in just a few clicks with no upfront fees. So when they claim to have that many requests, I'm not sure how many are legitimate requests and how many are just folks pre-ordering for the heck of it. So far, they expect their company to be valued at around $3.3 billion despite VTIQ trading at a market cap of under $1 billion. Again, seems undervalued, but there is a bit of a discrepancy between the market caps for a reason. Alright guys, so this is an illustrative pro forma ownership breakdown that Nikola Motors has published to their website as of March. So what I'll be focusing on is we can see a section called VECTOIQ Public Shareholders that has 23 million shares in it, and then another one that says VECTOIQ Sponsor Shareholders, which has 6.6 million shares in it. So that is what is currently being traded on the market right now, and it represents 7.3% of the whole company. So when we see this company being valued at $3.3 billion, it's when the company will merge into that ticker NKLA, and not right now when it's VECTOIQ. There is a very big difference between the two, and right now the market cap should be 7% of $3.3 billion. So to me, this is definitely a pure speculative play that has the potential to go to zero or provide some crazy returns in the long run. Personally, I will be following the company pretty closely, but right now there's too much up in the air for me, and I'd only consider investing in the company once they actually prove their business model to shareholders. that is going to wrap up my thoughts on Nikola Motors currently and where I think it could go in the future. If you guys enjoyed, please feel free to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think of Nikola Motors. Maybe you think it's a potential competitor to Tesla in the future. With that, have a wonderful day and hope you enjoyed.